Okay. 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 So I'm an independent contractor. I do work for a company that can get me work. Okay. They get. I do merchandising as well, where you can go into Home Depot or you go into a movie theater and you hook up with a movie theater. All you have to do is build a stand and they pay it for you. Or you have to go to Home Depot and make sure the client's merchandise is on the shelf. I don't, I'll do that if it pays enough money. I'll do it. Right? I'm just not feel like going to do it. Um, but right now, I do jobs like printer replacements. Here's one: laptop running slow. So most likely, the person went to a site, malware got on there, virus is on the machine. That's going to be pretty much it. So you have to restore the laptop. It saves time. You don't want to spend a couple hours in there. They'll pay you like big money, but the client has to sign off it. That company, it's like a separate company, like a geek. I don't want to say the name, but um, it's called Brainiacs.com. It's not really Brainiacs, but I'm just using that that's what they that's what they call it. Well, that's what it's similar to what they call themselves. Huge deployments. That's where the money is. If you can get that, you're in there a week doing a whole office building, a big company. Boom, 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 boom. Become a lead and direct them, and get on conference call. I like that stuff. I like doing that. And let the techs do the work. Make sure the techs do the work properly. If they can't do it, then you step in. Then you have to train the next day. You would have to train the end user how to use it. That's what we were doing before this virus. But then this virus came, and this is where it is. Like your work order will, so work order will come in. So you have this online presence, and they can dispatch you to go out to different sites and everything. Have 81 contracts. Really, I don't put them all, but I have over 100. If I tell you, it's over 120 contracts. But the way they have it worded on my resume, one of them wanted a resume. I said, "Hey, everything's online." Okay, so I took the resume, I just copied what I have here and put it on a resume, and put the channel as down as a reference. Because I'm running a tech channel. So I worked for HP. I was a service engineer. My job was to go in, set up the new PC, get it on the network, you know, teach them how to put the paper in, make sure all the trays is, so some printers have more than one tray, and some of them stand up like a human, and with wheels and everything. And then touch screen, teach them how to use touch screen. Some of them have complex ones where they have to use the barcode on their badge, and then they would print out documents that are top secret, and then they use a barcode on the badge and read it, and then it'll print out the queue. It just won't print when they hit print on their printer, and they go to the room to print it out. The documents will not be there because they're classified. Private, some lawyers' offices are like that. So we had to teach them all about all of that. I like when you go and you can hook up the printer, but you can't get it on the network because there's no Ethernet cables. I had my own Ethernet cables. They said, "Oh, no, 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 no! You're not supposed to use your own." Well, how we know if this thing is gonna work? Yeah. So you guys, you can work. It depends where you live. Chicago, Illinois, Chicago, LA. New York City, New Jersey, Miami, Texas. You know, there's a central hub that handles all these kind of uh, work that you can get. Otherwise, it would be Dell. The outsource Dell is the outsourcing company. So the client, let's say it's ABCDY company, right? Then you have the outsourcing companies, so like Dell, Siemens, HP, IBM. I don't know if IBM is doing it because I know IBM is taken over by another company now. So you had that. That's the outsourcing company. Then you would, I should write this down, but unfortunately, it's like okay, you have okay. All right, you have the client who needs work done, like a deployment. They want to roll out new machines. Then you have uh, the manufacturer who makes the product. Okay. Then you have they can also be the outsourcing because a lot of them that make the product have their own outsourcing. Dell and HP has that entity. You know. Okay. And then that they will go to another company to get the techs. Okay. It could be an agency. Sometimes it's better if Dell reaches out and uses the surface that I told you, so you wouldn't have so many hands because you have the business, you have the vendor of the product who's also the outsourcing, and they will contact maybe agency. If we take the agency out and we just have one company that dispatches and work directly with Dell, that's you get more money. When you bring the agency involved, you get less money because sometimes these agencies, hey, we'll give you 22 to 25, 22 an hour. Now you're gonna say that, hey, that's not enough money. That's right, it is not enough money. You can 25 an hour, 40 hours a week. That's $1,000, but that's still not enough money. We're in 2022. Why are we getting like 1990 rates? So most of them are giving 40. That's a lot of money. It's 320 a day. In 80 hours, that's 3,200. That's a lot of money. Yeah. Now you're only getting that because you're a contractor. You're not gonna get there if you're an employee. You would get less. You know, you're not gonna get that big money. But a lot of hands are involved. Some of these companies are getting 200 an hour, and then out of that money, you're gonna get something out of it. The ratio was supposed to be 50-50 or 75% or 25%. Some companies only want to give you 16%, which is wrong. But and then if you do networking, like you're installing a router or a firewall, or you're gonna hook up access points in the ceiling, you know, I'd show you what those are. You know, they mount in the ceiling, or you can mount them in the light fixture. I got one in the light fixture there. You can bounce it around that way too. But you don't want to put it in the ceiling when you don't want to be seen. My router is on a lamp pole because it's like a cylinder. And I mount Hey Google right underneath it. It looks so cool. So, because the router has a light on top and it lights up, and a speaker too, lets you know if it's on or not. And then she's underneath it. It looks futuristic. Because yeah. But anyway, besides that, what I'm trying to say is your resume is what you've done. You just tell them what you did. You work for so and so company. You work the dates. What was your title? Desktop engineer or desktop lead or then you tell them what you did. Here's a company. It's a long time ago. United Healthcare. Client. The outsourcing company was Contact Systems. Desktop engineer. Ghosted, installed Windows XP, redeployed Windows NT, Windows 2000, and HP and IBM boxes, collected data on users and locations, and put a name and type and serial numbers and access tags, and provide access management system was used. Windows 2003 Active Directory. Yeah, I do the Active Directory. That's AD Active Directory. AD, yeah, Active Directory. Back then it was known as an antivirus. I had a job where I was a network monitor lead, and I had to take care of New England all the way up to Maine by myself. They were rolling out next generation of Windows. It was pushed over the network, and I worked out overseas India. That's a good job. They pay for a nice hotel. I got the best hotel, and they pay for everything. Yeah, that's a good job. Today you have Tiger Leads. They travel throughout the United States, and they they are in charge of the project. Like I would be a local lead because I live in my state here, and I would be there. So you'd have the local lead, and you have the traveling lead or the main lead. So there'd be two of us. Sometimes it's four of us. Sometimes six of us running. It depends how big the project is. We had a big project like that before this virus, and yeah. So you should have 10 feet Cat 6 patch cords. You should have USB. I can't remember the thing it's called again. There's an interface between the USB and the serial port, so you can telnet into the into the router, because a lot of these business routers you have to telnet into them. Some of them do have a Webby interface, and you bring up the Webby interface and manage the router that way. I used to do that for another company. I did it all the time. It's all right. I mean, it paid a lot, but sometimes it's boring. Sometimes I went to a job, 3 months we don't do nothing. Just sit there in the chair and don't do nothing. Yeah, just sit there in the chair. I said, "Gee, when are we gonna start? We don't know." What did I do? I brought my equipment in, and did what I had to do. When the work came, then we start to work. But something else. You need Allen wrenches. You need basic cabling tools, desktop tools, hand tools, box cutter, bright LED flashlight, cable tester, cell phone, computer repair kit. Which is I have one. It's like a little kit. You can get a Walmart. It costs you like 13. Well, it might cost you more. And that's same. It's the same device for fixing phones. You want to cordless light, cordless wet and dry vac. You drywall saw. You might not need all this, but this is a sub extra, because if you don't have this stuff that they require you're not going to be working. Let me see if there's any work. Let me see if I got. And sometimes projects can get canceled. This one says low voltage cabling. So that's basically Ethernet cabling. You should learn how to make Ethernet cable. If you know how to make it, and you have to get the tools to make it. The punch down tool, that's for the wall socket. When you plug in the cable into the wall. There's a little jack in there. Learn how to put that together and use a punch down to put that together. So you need a punch down tool, and you need the gripper to grip when you put the plastic. I would explain that, but right now I'm just giving you a brief rundown of everything. I mean, another video can show you all of that. This is just explain to you what kind of work is out there. Do it on my phone. I don't want to show my business, my information. They have a Windows 10 kiosks down. Those are like in retail. When you go in the mall, you see those kiosks. I don't know, or go into Wendy's, McDonald's, supermarkets. But those they use the touch screen. Sometimes those go down. They usually go down a lot. Ooh, what's this? Inside PN Surface Pro refresh, 35 an hour. Really? Let's get on that. But yeah, those are the things that they have that's available now. Wow, where is that? Oh, is that Miami? Or where is that? Oh, oh. But that's how So your phone is your contact to all of these things. So get a resume. If you guys don't know how to fix your technical resume, you can ask me. I'll show you how to do it. I'll give you a sample. If you need all of that, just ask me. We can do all that. I don't want to do too much and nobody's watching it. It'd be a waste of time. But I can show you how to fix a resume up and get it going. Or send me your resume. I'll fix it for you. I might charge a small fee. Because I had a guy, his resume was like all over the place. Really don't need to put a lot of stuff down. They just want to know what you've done. Even if you've done contract 1 day job, you can put down, hey, work for a company 1 day, a couple hours. They know you. That's the jobs. Before they would think that was, oh, you were jumping around different jobs. Yeah, you are jumping around different jobs because each job finished. They need to understand that. See, my friends say, hey, Albert, why don't you get a full-time job? Why should I get a full-time job? These jobs, I take a break. Look at this router refresh project. Um, I can't, for some reason, it's not letting me scroll up. Oh, it is scroll down. I can do printer setups. I'd rather do HP printers. I don't want to do, they got plotters. I just had to build a plotter, an HP plotter. We're talking about a large, bigger than a 70-inch screen. Bigger than a I'd say 98. Yeah, it is about a 98-inch screen. You gotta build that from scratch, get that going, get it on the network, and teach them how to use it. Okay. Sometimes we have to fix plotters, fix lasers, remove the toner. There's a printer management kit. It's not that hard. If you do so many of them, then you understand how to do it, or take it apart. Or a user would say the printer's making a bird noise. Yeah, because the main gear controller have to come out. And I used to do all that. I used to replace motherboards and laptops, take out the screen, the LED screen in the laptop, take it off. Because sometimes we have customers, would drink coffee, they spill it on the keyboard, and then they didn't clean it, and then the keyboard don't work, short it out. We do a lot of stuff, But today it's mostly deployments. I could do the Surface Pro. What's the Surface Pro for two? Oh, this is for 2 people. Let me see what this is for. Oh, you have to run a background check? A lot of these companies, they are very strict background check and drug test. And there's certain drugs they're looking for. What is this? Jupiter? Well, this one, you have to pull in the bridge. You have to disconnect the old Surface Pro 5 device, install the new Surface Pro device. Power it on, business casual. Tolls and parking fees will be eligible for reimbursement if receipt is attached. So in this app, you get those receipts, you scan them with your phone, and you upload it along with because each day you have to confirm that you're there, you're on site, and then when you have to leave, then you have to send up those receipts. Yeah, so that's how you get reimbursed for that money. And that's no taxes come out of that for those of you in the United States. So that's how that works. I'm sure a lot of you are doing this kind of work. A lot of you may be on site all the time. This pays $70. 35 an hour, so it's not gonna take you the whole day to do one of these devices. Okay, so yeah, so that's typical. Okay, You do your project. You're there. Show up when the project ends. They might. Oh, these people might feed you. They might give you. They cater the food, and you know they might get you pizza. They might get. You don't expect it all the time, so that's don't expect it. If they offered you that, that's what they do. If you do a good job, if you make the client happy, you know they'll call you back for other projects. That's how it works. You know you know, they may not, they may do it. You know, like that. I get a call. This guy keeps on calling me. Hey, we have a project for today, but I was sleeping. I don't want to do it too much because there's some projects I really don't want to do. Some projects not easy, you know. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, it's a tough world out there. But anyway, I'll give you a little rundown of how the IT world works and what you need to do. And if you need help with your resume, let me know. You know, you can keep it confidential. But I'm just saying, you know, I can give you a template or you know, I'll charge your fee. You know, it depends how much information you got. Most of you should send one-page resume, and it should just have your information. You know, you can send 3 pages. It depends how much work you have and how much you've done. Okay, like I said, you have to get a background check. That has to clear first. Once that clears, then they'll send you to do the urine test. You know, like that, and they'll send you to like maybe LabCorp, Quest, you know, whatever they got, Med Express. You go there, and you have to pass that. Once you pass that background check, then you can they'll give you the job. The higher, the higher the background check is. Credit all good. You pay your credit card bills. You're not delinquent. There's no drugs in your system because they're looking for everything. You know, I just did one, and they were looking for every little thing. I told them, well, the only thing they have inside me is the for the for the virus. That's about it. It's tough. You gotta drink a lot of water. You gotta be ready to go. And you know, those things. They give you a little container, and each company is different. You know, and she said, I need just a little bit of that, but sometimes is it all right to give you more? And you seal it, you initial it, wash your hands, because they don't want anything contaminating. Because a lot of people, you know, try to. I knew somebody. Well, it's a long story. What she did, but hey, do the job, get it done. You'd be asked to come back. That's the best advice I can give you. Make sure your resume is up to date. Make sure whatever you put it on works. I mean, that's Indeed, Monster, and all that. Dice. I don't know what happened with Dice. I don't have it there. I just have it on this company's site. That's it. I don't bother with the outside world. Just work with this company, and they're pretty well. They made me a pro. They take a certain percentage out. You know, that's why I need a certain amount of money. So when I take a certain percentage out, there's money that I can, you know, live on. Because, you know, you have a lot of expense. You have gas, tolls, parking. Those are the 3 things today. And, you know, and don't complain too much. You want more, more, and more because you can work yourself out of a job. You know, they're working within a certain budget and they're not going to go. But some places, if they're desperate and you're at the last minute, then you can talk a good. You can tell them, hey, you want 50 an hour, and you have nobody else to call. And it's last minute, and then you can, you know, coax it in, how to negotiate with them. You need to learn how to do that if you don't know how to do it. All right, that's about it. Okay, hey, don't forget to subscribe. All right, thanks again.